Hello, and welcome to Know Your Numbers. This is your final stop to finally being able to figure out your macros. If you're a macros pro or you're brand new, this is going to be the one-stop shop. I believe you shouldn't have to pay a macro coach like myself $50, $100 every time you want me to recalculate your macros. I believe in educating you and giving you the power to really figure it out. Okay. So, with this cool interactive tool, which is a PDF, you're going to plug your numbers in. It's going to spit out your calories, your protein, your carbs, and your fat, depending on if you want to maintain. Or maybe you want to go into a 12-week cut. You're coming up on like 4 months to a vacation. You want to plug in your numbers, give yourself a deficit for 12 weeks. That is going to give you the numbers. And then you're going to come back and you're going to say, you know what? I want to maintain this weight. I want to have fun. I want to have some food freedom, right? So this is the best part about Know Your Numbers because it really gets you to know your numbers. So in this course, you're going to find everything that you need. You're going to find the presentation slide deck video of me actually going through the presentation with you. If you miss the live, you can just watch the recording. You're also going to see a slide deck of the presentation, so you can look through those whenever you want to look through those, right? You're also going to see the Know Your Numbers Results Matter calculator, which is going to be your best friend. This interactive PDF I am so proud of because it's finally going to get you to not be chronically dieting all the time. I feel like that's what happens with women is they live on a diet, and you should really be at a maintenance weight at about 8 to 9 months out of the year, and you sprinkle in little deficits, and you are going to be amazed at how much food freedom you have, and you're not dieting, and how much you can actually eat and feel good, right? And you get to play around with the numbers. If you don't like to eat a lot of protein, I'm going to give you an example protein multiplier from 0.7 all the way up to 1.2 if you're a protein eater like me, right? I always recommend, at least for women over age 35, at least close to 1 gram per pound of body weight or goal body weight, okay? So that's going to be individualized for you. I'm also going to give you an example of fat. So I believe as a woman, you need to have ample amount of healthy fat that keeps you satiated. It's really great for our hormones. Gone is the sugar-free, fat-free, snack well phase. I want you to get out of that low-fat, fat-free nonsense phase. So I'm going to give you a decimal to use and like a little bit of a chart from this to this, and you pick and choose. Some people like higher fat foods. Some people like lower fat foods, right? So whatever your preference is, you have some wiggle room to really play around with that, okay? So I am going to show you guys my favorite app. I am not affiliated with this app. If they happen to offer an affiliation, I will actually let you all know. You can use the free version. I do recommend if you're on the free version and the lifetime or the pro version pops up at a super crazy, insane rate, I want you to grab it. I grabbed the lifetime rate for $39, a one-time shot, and now I have it forever. The reason I like this app called Lose It is because I feel like this actual app is very user-friendly, and I feel like the app itself just looks really nice, right? So I'm going to show this to you guys. So I'm actually showing my screen. So I'm going to go to the Lose It app, and I am going to just basically show you guys how to set up this app, okay? So if you're at your dashboard, you're going to want to go to the top right-hand corner, and you're going to want to, first, you're going to have to go through a bunch of different hoops, and it's going to try to give you a number. I'm going to show you how you can actually edit it in the free version with your macros that you find in the calculator, okay? I have the premium, but you could still do this in the actual free version. And like I said, if you can find this pretty cheap, I would definitely get the pro version, okay? So you're going to go edit profile, right here, save it. And I'm going to find where my calorie budget is right here, okay? So I have mine set right now, okay? I just have been playing around with this. I actually just made a new account right here to show you guys. So I'm going to go to budget details. You're going to either want them to calculate it, or you're going to want to be, it's called either fixed or customed by you. Okay. So I just have somewhat active, and you're probably like, well, that's not you, Erin, because I actually am calculating based off the calculator that I have in the actual Know Your Numbers course. So you're going to want to go change. You're going to put in the numbers that you calculated. Okay. And you're going to want to go to save. Now, the only thing with the actual free version is you can't edit your actual protein, and I think it's your protein, fat, and carbs, but I can actually edit it in the free version. So let me go back to here. Let's go back to the home screen, which is the log, okay? So I want to show you guys just a little bit. I haven't logged everything for today, but I'm actually going to log a couple more things to show you guys, okay? So first of all, if you do have an Apple Watch connected, just be mindful because it is going to give you a bonus calories to eat, and you don't want that. So I know how to do that. If you don't, just don't even connect it. Okay. Don't even connect your Apple Watch to this actual app. Just keep it separate. But I know that if my goal is 1620, I'm going to want my food to be as close to 1600, 1620 as possible. Okay. You can see already how it gave me an extra 700 calories. So it's showing I'm technically under 1700 calories. So just be mindful of that. Like if it confuses you, don't even connect your steps or your Apple Watch. Okay. So if you head up here, this is where you're going to see your calories remaining for the day. Then you hit that little arrow button and you're going to get all the macronutrients. Okay. So now if you click within that, just double tap between the carbs and the protein, you're going to bring up to where you're currently at. And like I said, I didn't add in everything today because I wanted to be able to show you guys how it actually looks to track. Okay. So you're going to see I'm at almost 30 grams of fat. I'm at 5 grams of carbs, and I'm at almost 70 grams of protein. Okay. You can also hit that again and see your protein, right? So I'm going to say, I know I need 140 grams. It looks like I have 71 grams left. So that down arrow is going to really show you everything. Now me with the premium version, I can click that and I can edit and give myself my protein goal, my carb goal, and my fats goal. Okay. If you have the free version, you can't. However, like I said, if you can grab it for $8 or whatever it is, $10 a month, grab it. You can always just kind of come here throughout the day. Say you add in your breakfast and your lunch, you tap this and you kind of can see where you're at. So if you don't have the pro version, I recommend writing down your numbers, your protein, your calories, your fat, and your carbs in the notes section of your phone, and you can see everything. Okay. So for breakfast today, I didn't eat a lot today, but I just wanted to show you. So for breakfast today, I had chicken thighs. I had some 3 eggs, and I had a Southwest egg white wrap, 2 of them. But the cool thing with that is I can actually click these little 3 buttons on the side, and I can see the meal summary. So after I added my breakfast, I know I'm at 20 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein or carbs, and 47 grams of protein. So you can definitely see my lunch. I can click that right here and I can know where I'm at. But above is going to give you that running total. If you click right in between the carbs and the protein, you click there, that's going to give you your running total as you add a meal in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add in dinner. Okay. So I'm going to add in some dinner. I am going to do, I had chicken breast and I had 100 grams exactly. It'll pretty much pop up all your favorites and everything. And then I'm going to go to my foods. And I also had, let's see, I had a Joseph's pita. Oh, it was a lavish wrap. It was a lavish wrap because it's 12 grams of protein, which is really cool. I'm going to add one of those in. Okay. I also had some avocado, right? So I had 12 grams of avocado. I always recommend you track all of your stuff in grams or ounces for chicken, and always want to track how you eat it. So I don't want to track raw chicken, so I track cooked chicken. So just make sure whatever entry you're using, you're tracking the same exact thing. So I had 12 grams of avocado. I'm going to have some cheese. So I'm going to just search because I know I have cheddar cheese in there somewhere. So I have low fat, it's sharp cheddar, just cheese. I always track grams. So 28 grams for this cheese is a serving. I only had 15. You could have 14. You could have half. So you could get that flavor and all that stuff without really going over your calorie budget and having just enough. Okay, so I had 14 grams. I measured it. I'll show you guys the scale that I used. So that was dinner. And I also had some green beans. So I think it was 100 grams cooked. Cooked the green beans. I measured them. I didn't put any butter, any salt on them because I already had pretty much avocado and chicken and all that stuff for dinner. And then for my snacks today, I did have my Shakeology. So I had the cookies and cream, which is I just scan the bag. You can use the barcode scanner right here. You'll see the barcode scanner is this little green button right there. And you click that little barcode, scan the back of the barcode, and just make sure you're accompanying for the servings, right? And then I also had almond milk, which I think was already there, unsweetened almond milk, right? And I had 240 milliliters is actually a serving. So that's what I actually measured out, which is technically the same thing as 1 cup. So if I do 1 cup, it's the same exact thing. Okay. But I like to measure in ounces and in grams for accuracy. Okay. And then I also had some peanut butter. So I had some Smucker's Natural, and I had a total of, I believe it was 16 grams because it was half a serving of 32. Okay, so let's say I just add in all of that for the day, right? So there's where I'm at. I know based on my calories under that little arrow button that I am at 1,267 calories, okay? I'm not focusing on the under because this is adding in my exercise, okay? So like, again, if I said, if this does not make sense to you, do not sync your Apple Watch, okay? You just want to be mindful of the budget and how much food you actually have, because the exercise will give you extra food to eat and you don't want to eat back exercise calories, okay? So like I said, if you don't want to see it, just don't even connect it, okay? Now, if I hit that little down arrow again, I'm going to go to macronutrients, right? I'm going to see I'm at 40% fat, 16% carbs, and 44% protein. This will get you to see what you normally like. Do you like protein? Do you like higher fat? Do you like less carbs, right? So I'm going to gently tap in between there, and I can see that I'm at 55 grams of fat, roughly. I'm at about 50 grams of carbs, and I'm at about 138, 140 is pretty much my goal for protein, okay? So if I do click that again, the down arrow, I can see that I'm pretty much spot on my protein. I can see that I'm under my carbs, but you could have some high carb and low carb days. And I always say at the end of the day, try to focus on calories and protein and let the carbs and fats fall where they may. Why? Because some people will have a day where they might have some steak and they might have some avocado, right? And they're not eating as many carbs. But as long as you're sticking to that calorie budget, that's what you want to stick to. So protein and calories, and let the carbs and fats fall where they may. And if I do give you guys a tip, definitely for the first 2 weeks that you're tracking, just stick to tracking calories and protein. Let the carbs and fats flow. Maybe you have a day where you like higher carbs. Maybe you have a day where you're not really feeling carbs. And I'll give you this example. I was talking to a friend and she was losing weight and feeling good, but she's like, Erin, my fat is always over. And I'm like, screenshot me your Lose It app. And everything was great. She was sometimes right at her calories, under calories. She was obviously losing weight, so it was working. But I was like, listen, it's okay, because your food choices, when I looked through her app, was literally just she likes higher fatty foods. She likes cheese. She likes avocado, right? She likes that type of stuff. So literally, she really didn't care too much for carbs. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the calories and protein fall into place, calories are king, right? So all of this stuff right here, you can see all of it. If you want to look at your fiber goal, you can see a fiber goal. You can set all of that stuff with the premium version, okay? I love this app because I love the interface of it. You can add intermittent fasting. So for me, I actually added intermittent fasting. So I actually did stop eating at 6 p.m. So if I start my fast, I can start it right now if I'm a little bit off. Or I can say, you know what, I forgot to hit it, but I did have my last meal, my last bite at 6 p.m. And then I am going to end my fast the next day at 10 a.m. So you can intermittent fast. You don't have to. I just naturally do, and I have for a while. So it's pretty much always worked for me. And then you can kind of see everything, right? And I just really, like I said, like this app. I'm able to share recipes with you guys. I'm able to find my friends and share recipes and all this stuff with you guys. The next video I'm going to do is how to incorporate a recipe into the Lose It app. And it's easier than you think. But I want you to start for the first 2 weeks, calories and protein. Okay. Calories are king. I want you to just stick with meat, protein, right? A vegetable, a carb, a starch, whatever it is, and a fat, and build your plate around that. We will get into recipes. It gets a little bit trickier, but I want you to go into this with an open mind, but it can be done. You can make a big thing of crock pot baked ziti, right? And let's say you measure out the whole thing in the crock pot on the bowl, you let it cook, and the whole bowl, let's just say, for example, weighs 1,200 grams, right? And you know that it's 6 servings based on the recipe that you got, okay? So you're gonna take 1,200 divided by 6, and you know that when that's done, you're gonna put your little measuring food scale right here. You're gonna put your plate on top of it, and you're gonna measure out 200 grams. And that 200 grams times 6 is 1,200 with that big bowl made. And in the Lose It app, I will show you guys actually how to build the recipe, because it's really easier than you thought. So I hope you guys love this course. This is your final stop. Trust the process, trust the numbers, eat. If you want to go into a little bit of a deficit, the tool is there. You have lifetime access to this program. And I really am just super excited for everybody to get started. I will be adding a community to this group as well. So it'll be another group off of Facebook, which will be nice. I'll be sharing, you guys will get access to my meal plans as well. With the meal plans, all the recipes, the breakfast, lunches, and dinners all have the macros right in there. So you'll be able to make a custom food, and you'll be able to say Erin's sweet potato and chicken sheet pan recipe, and you know what you're measuring out, right? 6 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of sweet potato, because I have it all laid out for you guys, and then it's in your app as a favorite, as kind of like a recipe, and then you can easily add it. So go into this just being an open book and being ready to learn and educate yourself, and I'm super, super, super excited to have you guys.